Welcome to Reddit Guy, where we break down real stories from Reddit. If you enjoy real drama and honest discussions, you're in the right place. Let's begin. Story 1. Am I the asshole for telling my friend that her free wedding is unrealistic? I am a 24-year-old woman, and I am part of a friend group where one member, let's call her Coral, who is 23, is getting married. She announced her engagement to her fiancé, who is 25, a few weeks ago, and we were all genuinely happy for her. Over the weekend, though, she shared more specific plans for the wedding, and that is where things kind of went off the rails. She said she has been seeing a lot of people on TikTok and Instagram showing how to plan free weddings where the couple spends $0, aside from the marriage certificate fee, I guess. At first, I thought she meant a city hall wedding, which would have been completely fine, but then she got into the details and her expectations for the ceremony. She plans to find someone with a large outdoor space, not formally a wedding venue, who will donate their area in support of love. She's going to have all of her guests bring a potluck with very specific assignments. She will have a friend officiate, a friend do photography, a friend design the save the dates and invitations. Her family will handle the flowers. And then there are the harder to swing things, in my opinion. A large tent, decorations, wedding favors, speakers, a band. I'm not sure what her plan was for a dress. What makes this more complicated is that Coral and her fiancé are not poor. She works as an accountant at a big company, and her fiancé works in software sales. His parents are also very well off. It sounds like they just want to do the free wedding thing for the sake of it. That might have been fine, except she's shifting all the costs onto other people. Some of those people are probably less well off than they are. She told me she wants me to make the cake. Then she sent me pictures for inspiration. The cakes were ridiculously elaborate, multi-tiered, fondant flowers, gold leaf. Even one had a hand-painted watercolor design. I am not a professional baker. I just like to bake cookies and brownies sometimes. I told her those cakes would probably take me days to make, and they would not come out anywhere near as good. She kind of laughed that off and said, "Oh, it's not about it being perfect, it's just about everyone pitching in. It'll be fun." I told her that fun or not, what she was describing was basically her friends and family subsidizing her wedding with time, money, and labor. I said it felt unfair to expect people to spend so much on her free wedding. Otherwise, she was expecting everyone to show up to a lackluster event and just pretend it was amazing. It feels like a group project that none of us wanted to do. We already graduated. We don't need the credit. She does graduate a year later than the rest of us. I said that if she wants a free wedding, she should probably just elope or go to City Hall because this is not really free. It's just free for her. I might have been more forceful in my wording than I should have been, but I didn't swear or call her names. She got very quiet. She looked at me for about a minute, then she left with another friend driving her home. Later that night, that friend texted me saying I had really hurt Coral's feelings, and that even if the plans were unrealistic, I should have let Coral come to that conclusion on her own. Coral messaged me later and just said, "Sorry, don't worry about the cake." No context. Now I feel pretty bad. Coral is sweet. She was excited. She never said anything mean to me. Maybe I should have just gone along with the cake, since she said she wouldn't be mad if it turned out badly. But I was worried her wedding would not be what she wanted, and I was also frustrated about being assigned the cake. Edit. Honestly, I feel a bit bad now. Coral really is a sweet person who's just a little naive. A lot of people in the comments are tearing her apart more than she deserves. She's always been the baby of the group, and I just got frustrated and ranted in this case. I don't know what the fiancé thinks of all of this. Comments. Commenter 1. Jesus, I only got through the first paragraph. I would neither involve people in a wedding like that, nor would I go. Reply from original poster. I'm really curious if she would have told everyone in the extended family and friend groups about the free aspect ahead of time. It definitely sounds like something she would take pride in, but I don't know how you even bring that up. Commenter 2. Not the asshole. Your friend is being ridiculous, and you're the only one with the courage to tell her. Be happy she decided not to force you to make the cake. Reply from original poster. In her defense, for the last few things she's been naive about, she's ended up coming to the right conclusion on her own, so maybe I should have let that happen. Commenter 3. Not the asshole. She's in for a rude awakening the first time she asks for a free party tent. Those are expensive to rent. Reply from original poster. And it rains here a lot. Update 1. Hi there, my last post sort of blew up. I really didn't think so many people would be interested in my friend group drama. Quick recap, Coral announced she was going to have a free wedding with all her friends volunteering roles: venue, tent, food, photography, band, cake. It sounded okay at first, but her expectations seemed unrealistically lavish. I told her that in stronger wording, and she got upset. After reading the comments, I started feeling bad. Coral really is kind-hearted. She's not an insane, entitled bridezilla. I decided I would make the cake. I sent her an apology text. She didn't reply, which made me anxious. I still didn't think the wedding would go according to her plans, but that wasn't my responsibility. Then I got a message from her fiancé, let's call him Basil, asking to meet up. I assumed he would tell me how badly I hurt Coral's feelings. That's not what happened. It turns out the whole free wedding idea was Basil's. He eventually admitted that he wanted to spend the money they had saved for the wedding on something else. A boat. A Catalina 27, apparently. Very useful when you live in the city, especially when your fiancé gets seasick. We once did a river cruise and Coral had a terrible time. Basil says he will help her get over that and that sailboats are different. After my outburst, Coral started having second thoughts on the free wedding. Basil asked me to talk to her, apologize again, and tell her the idea is not a bad one after all. He said I owe it to him to clean up the mess he caused. I don't feel good about that. I don't want to drive a wedge between Coral and Basil, but telling her I think it's a good idea feels like lying, and actively encouraging a potential train wreck crosses a line. Also, after meeting Basil, I'm not convinced he's a great person. What do I do? Comments. Commenter 1. How much have Coral and Basil contributed to other couples' free weddings? Reply from original poster. They could promise to go all out to someone and never have to follow through, since reasonable people don't do this. Commenter 2. Make the cake. Tell her she can have the wedding any way she wants, but using the saved money for a boat is the second stupidest decision she's making, right before marrying Basil. Reply from original poster. I don't mind making the cake anymore. I just don't know how to approach Basil. Commenter 3. Don't make the cake. Don't lie and say this nonsense is a good idea. You were 100% right the first time. They're putting wedding expenses onto other people so they can buy a boat. Reply from original poster. I just don't want to tell Coral everything and risk losing her as a friend if she goes through with the wedding and marriage. Update 2. Hi again. I finally talked to Coral one-on-one. First, I asked how she's doing. Not very well. She now knows the free wedding was Basil's idea. He had mentioned the boat before, but not framed it as the thing he wanted to spend their wedding savings on. Apparently, he's been spending more and more time at a marina that's 78 minutes away. Coral quoted that number several times. He doesn't even spend much time on the water. He mostly hangs out there. He talks constantly about Grace, which I learned is the name of a boat, not a woman. Even if Grace isn't a person, Coral is jealous. Last night, Coral told Basil she wants to wait on the wedding and sort things out first. He didn't get angry. He said he understands. But then he asked if they could spend some of their wedding savings now since they would have more time to save again. That broke her. I told her to break up with him. She's thinking about it. I'm just glad she's talking to me again. I kind of want to offer to break it up for her, but that would be silly. Final comments. Commenter 1. I kind of want to offer to do it for her, but that's silly. Given that he tried to crowdsource a wedding, that's actually reasonable. Commenter 2. Crowdsourcing her breakup would be hysterical. Commenter 3. The only investment worse than a wedding? A boat. Here's what I think about the story.
This story stopped being about cake the moment a boat entered the chat. It was never really about a free wedding. It was about shifting responsibility onto others to fund someone else's priorities. Sometimes being honest feels harsh in the moment, but it can also be the only thing standing between someone and a much bigger mistake.
Story 2. Am I the asshole for not letting my stepdaughter share a room with my daughter? I am a woman with 2 children, a 16-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son. My husband has 3 children, a 16-year-old daughter, a 14-year-old daughter, and a 10-year-old son. Currently, the boys share a room, my 2 stepdaughters share a room, and my daughter has her own room. For context, this is my home. My daughter's room has been hers since she was little. Here is the situation. My stepdaughters fight a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean all the time. It is exhausting. Their dad has never really been able to fix it. He says he could never figure out what the actual problem was, but my older stepdaughter takes her younger sister's things, ruins them, and never returns them. My dad and I have tried paying for the stolen or ruined items, but that does not guarantee they will stop fighting. My daughter has also had her share of her things being taken by her stepsister in the past. I fixed that by getting her a lock for her door. My husband did not agree with that because his younger daughter wanted a lock too, but that would not have worked since she shares a room with her sister. After a series of big fights between my stepdaughters, my husband said the only solution was to separate them by having the older stepdaughter move into my daughter's room. I said no, for several reasons. First, my stepdaughter is basically a thief. She will start stealing from my daughter. Second, this is my daughter's room, even if he argues that it is not fair that his daughters are stuck sharing a room while my daughter gets one to herself. He begged. He said he feels like the fighting is never going to end and that this is the only solution. I suggested mixing the boys and girls differently, maybe rearranging rooms that way. He immediately said absolutely not. Boys never share with girls, period. I said I was not going to allow what he suggested, and we ended up fighting. He called me selfish and unsupportive because I said he needs to handle his own daughters. He said he would go stay with a friend because he could no longer handle the fighting. He said he would not come back until I agreed to let his older daughter move in with my daughter. I lashed out and said no way. He asked if this was a hill I was willing to die on. I said yes. That escalated the problem. Now he has been away for 2 days, and I am left watching my stepdaughters yell at each other. He is using this as a way to hopefully get me to give in and say yes, but I cannot imagine doing this to my daughter. Edit. Wow, this blew up. There are so many comments here that I cannot respond to all of them. I'm sorry. I will scroll through to see any information questions and will respond with more edits. Edit 2. Someone asked about their mom, and here is my answer, copied and pasted from below. She left 2 years ago with her foreign husband to his home country. She talks to the girls via social media and video calls, but she does not play a major role in their lives. She doesn't seem to care as long as the girls are taken care of. She thinks the fighting and stealing are no big deal. Comments. Commenter 1. No configuration of rooms will stop the thief from stealing. You have to deal with that issue directly. Where are the consequences for the thief instead of simply replacing the items she ruins? All she has learned is that she can take whatever she wants. Commenter 2. This does not solve the bigger problem, but give the younger stepdaughter a chest or wardrobe with a lock. This man has tried nothing. Commenter 3. Yes, this problem will get worse and could end in a jail sentence. And it's not really the original poster's problem either. She should kick them all out. At the very least, she should have the older daughter pack a bag and drop her off at her dad's friend's house where he is staying. Her husband should send the older daughter to live with her mom for a while, see if that helps. The fact that she is facing no consequences for stealing is wild. People probably won't like this, but I would consider drastic measures. No phone every time she steals, starting now with a 2-week ban. No bedroom. Move furniture into another room, maybe the dining room, and hang a curtain. If she can't respect her roommate, she doesn't get a room. After a month and improved behavior, let her move back in. She needs to restore the stolen items herself, either by doing extra chores to earn money or by getting a job. She needs counseling, therapy, or some sort of behavioral intervention program immediately. None of this is going to happen because it sounds like she has 2 terrible parents. I cannot believe these people dumped their kids on the original poster. This is my opinion about the story. This situation was never really about bedrooms. It was about boundaries, accountability, and parenting. Rearranging rooms won't fix a pattern of stealing and 0 consequences. And protecting one child from ongoing harm does not make someone selfish, it makes them responsible. Sometimes the real conflict is not between the kids, it's between the adults who refuse to handle what's right in front of them.
Story 3. Am I the asshole for buying the house next door to my former friend? I am a 30-year-old man. I used to be friends with a woman, also 30, whom I met at university. We were extremely close. We hung out every day and really got to know each other. But we had a falling out after she stole a piece of my academic work. Because of that, I faced an investigation from academics and higher staff at the university. While we were friends, she told me she was from X town, and I told her I am from Y town. Both are seaside resorts. I was shocked she was from X town because my mother went on holiday there every year. When I was 19, after she lost her battle with breast cancer, I scattered her ashes there. X town is a really popular and sought-after area in England. Prices can go up to £800,000 for a 3-bedroom home, and properties do not come up often. I searched the town on a real estate website to see if anything was available, and there was one property listed for £325,000. It was that affordable because it needed modernizing and renovating, but the location was perfect. It is by the seaside. I can go on long runs on the beach every day, which I do for my mental health. It is a 5-minute walk from where I scattered my mom's ashes. It is an 8-minute walk to the train station. I can take the train to central London where I work 2 days a week, and overall it is relatively cheap to live in that area. I did not step inside the property until after New Year's Day because there were many jobs that builders needed to complete first. After New Year's Day, I started working on the renovations I could do myself. A few weeks ago, an Amazon van pulled up to deliver packages. My neighbor wasn't in. The driver asked if I could take the package and pass it along. I saw the name on the parcel. It was a uniquely spelled name, and I realized I was living next door to my former friend. I said no. Now my ex-friend has found out I live next door to her and her parents. She banged on my door, causing a commotion. All the neighbors came outside. From speaking to relatives, I am apparently the asshole because I will not move house. I guess maybe I am an asshole for allowing tension on the street, but it does not bother me that I live next door to her. As far as I'm concerned, I have moved on from what happened between us. This is my dream location, and I refuse to move just because one person is unhappy. So, am I the asshole? Comments. Commenter 1. Not the asshole. She does not own the neighborhood. You are probably just a reminder of something bad she did, and she doesn't like that. Not to mention, you put time and money into that house, and it is in a perfect location for you. She will either get over it or move. You do not need to worry about it. If she harasses you, involve the police. Commenter 2. The original poster should consider reporting the incident to the non-emergency police line first. One incident does not amount to harassment, but police often give more weight to whoever reports first. They might be more likely to listen to her side if she starts making up lies about him, and I'm saying that as a woman. Commenter 3. Especially since this ex-friend has already proven herself to be a lying cheat who steals without any hesitation. Personal commentary.
This feels less like a property dispute and more like unresolved guilt colliding with coincidence. You can't avoid living your life just because someone else is uncomfortable with their own past behavior. At the end of the day, he bought a house for deeply personal reasons, not revenge, and that makes all the difference.
If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. More Reddit stories coming soon.